Hi guys, Greg and Rachel Denny from World School Family and Discover, Share, Inspire and GregDenny.com, and just kidding. So we want to talk about moving to Costa Rica.
How do you move to Costa Rica?
For a lot of people that's like, well, that's a big deal, and this is our second time living in Costa Rica.
Second time.
And we've lived in lots of countries.
We've lived in Mexico, India, Guatemala, Nicaragua, so
Dominican Republic.
Yes, Costa Rica is awesome. So how do you actually move down here? And make sure to watch our other video on the top 6 reasons to live here.
And our other video on the price of living here.
Cost of living here. So if you want to move here, first of all, you need to look at probably where you're going to live. And that depends on the kind of lifestyle you're looking for. If you want the beach life, you want to learn how to surf. If you want to be in the mountains where it's nice and cool and like spring all year long. Do you want to be close to all the conveniences of the city? Or are you wanting the little laid back town that's really remote? You got to look at the type of experience that you're wanting and the climate, temperature that you're looking for.
And we have friends living in all of those places. Some really remote places in the mountains all by themselves. They don't talk to anybody. They're in with the little locals and they're hidden away.
And they're in a coffee farm that's like way out there. No one's there with a gorgeous view and it's just quiet and peaceful.
Oh, and then there's others living, right in the heat of things in San Jose in a gated neighborhood, with all the amenities. There's a whole range here.
Do you want the interaction with other foreigners so that you have that community, or you just want an experience with the locals? So all of those things are going to play into choosing the place you want to be. Like, if you wanted more of the local experience, you might move to somewhere like Costa. If you want the conveniences of the city, you'd be somewhere around San Jose. Plus there they have like the perfect spring, like year-round temperature. If you want the beaches, you might be on the Nicoya Peninsula, except there it's much hotter and drier than where we are in the south, near Dominical and Uvita, where it's more rainforest and they have the mountains right here. So it's beach and then mountains, which we really like. So those things you need to look at as far as deciding where to go.
So you're sitting there going, oh, overload, how do I decide? I would say get online, start looking at blogs and Facebook groups and just start communicating with people that are actually here, and then start looking for areas. So like Nosara and Samara, Tamarindo, those are kind of hubs. Liberia are hubs in the north. Uvita, Dominical, San Isidro.
There's even the Caribbean side. We don't know a lot of people over there, but Manzanillo is really nice.
Beautiful.
So
Puerto Viejo and down near Limon.
Again, that starts with just having that list, the idea in your head of what's important to you and what type of experience you're after, and that will help you narrow that down. Then, of course, cost.
Then I would do a RECON trip. Come down and start visiting. We met a couple last night, and so they're here. This is their 3rd RECON trip. They're coming down and they think they found their sweet spot right where we are. We know couples who came down and they spent 6 weeks and just traveled the entire country and just drove everywhere, experienced it, felt it, then picked. And so, figure out what works for you. Get down here, talk to people that are here, start pricing things out, feel it out, and just enjoy your experience, and you'll start to see where you want to be.
Of course, when we moved down here the first time, we did not come and check it out. We just hopped in our car and drove. But that's different. Most people don't do it that way. We had a great experience, but we ended up living in a place that was more expensive than maybe we would have otherwise chose if we felt it out before. But everyone's different. The next thing.
Well, that I guess brings up driving. If you drive down, you got to import your vehicle. They'll give you 90 days and that's it. And you have to import it.
You need to consider what you're going to do for transportation when you come. Are you going to not have a vehicle and rely on public transportation? Because there's a little fewer options in Costa Rica than other South American or Central American countries. But if you drive, then you have to worry about importing your vehicle because you only get 90 days, like you said.
Which is anywhere from like 40 to 60% of the value of your vehicle is the tax you
Whatever
import.
Value they say your vehicle is worth, you have to pay 40 to 60% of that to import it.
So most people opt for coming down and buying an older vehicle and just rolling that way. Probably what I would recommend. That's probably the best way.
Easiest way, I would say.
But then you're like, how do I get all my stuff down there? So that's the option too. If you want to drive down and bring a ton of stuff, that's another option.
Or several families have actually shipped containers down, which costs about $2,000 for very large container, which I think some of them even fit their cars in them, filled with stuff, and then shipped it that way. So if you want to bring the vehicle down without driving, that's an option. The baby's with us now.
Before we get to the last thing, which is like visas and residency, just know that yes, you can get internet and phone and electricity, you can come in and get all those things.
Which we talked more about in our other video.
You can get all those things here. They have great grocery stores. You can come in, you can find a lot of stuff, and a lot now you'll want to just leave or sell your things and replace it all here because they have it. You can find what you need and want. So there are a few things, but you'll kind of hear that out as you come down and see what's available. The last visas, they'll give you 90 days when you get here on a tourist visa. If you fly in, they're going to want to see how you're getting out.
Proof of exit, proof that you're leaving.
Or driving in too, they want to see that.
Probably the best thing to do with that is to get in some of the Facebook groups and ask people specifically. We know that some people will actually buy refundable plane tickets and show that as proof that they'll be leaving, and then cancel their tickets and get refunded.
Others will do border runs to Panama or Nicaragua.
Well, yeah,
every 90 days. You
have to do that. If you're going to be here on a tourist visa, then you do have to do that every 90 days. Go to one of the borders or fly out of the country.
Yeah, some friends of ours, they just say, well, we're going to fly out, we're going to fly to Florida, we'll fly California, we'll just fly out of here, go somewhere for every 90 days, we'll go out for a while and then come back in.
Or yeah, or you can just go to Panama or go to Nicaragua. The law says you need to be out 72 hours. Again, that depends. Some people only go for one night. So you just have to fill that out as well, but plan to at least be out for 72 hours if you have to.
Now for us, we don't do visa runs anymore because she's our little ticket. Because she was born here, she's a little tica, then it's easier to get residency. And I don't know the other requirements for residency. They're kind of tough and expensive, but doable.
So if you want to move here long term, like this is going to be your home, that's definitely something you want to look into. And again, you can do that, get residency easily by having a child here, marrying someone from here, or if not, then you have to show certain income requirements or amount of money in the bank, things like that, which again, Facebook groups would be a fantastic resource for finding out all the specifics on that. So that's the basics right there of how to move to Costa Rica. Feel free to leave any comments if you have any other questions, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Okay, we love it. Overall, awesome quality of life. We love it here.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Walking down the sidewalk, kicking my feet